Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
What's going on, freaks? How the hell's it going? Look, it's kind of thinning out up there, my hair. I have to admit. It's thinning out over the years. Feels nice not having to wear a hat, though, every time. Yeah, I could just be here, sitting here. Yeah, everybody's already debunked that stuff. We hunt, you fear, whatever the hell your name is. Yeah, that stuff was debunked a long time ago. That vehicle had nothing to do with anything. Yeah, that's not. He's just somebody that sort of started covering the case and is pretending it's new. And he's really doing some really ridiculous things, putting a green tint to make it look like, post night vision. And people are so stupid they actually believe it. It's impossible to, after the fact, do night vision. Okay, it works by detecting like heat, etc., in the scene, brightness and whatnot, brightens up the area. It's ridiculous, right? Anyways, it's just hard to even get a crowd in here at all. But with guys like that who put up the stupid fake information, get over 1,000, and it's just. What do you do, man? What do you do? Man, it's almost like I'm invisible on YouTube. It's crazy. 60 people here right now. And the two videos I put out, the highest number was 60 watching at any given time on the video. I put it out twice. Second time it did a lot better. Not when I say a lot, it still sucks, but it did better than it did the previous time. I put out a video today on the fog lights and it got 177 views in an hour, and that's when a video is just going to collapse right out of the gate. In fact, I sat there and watched and there was no new views for like 5 minutes. So I said, okay, forget it. And then I put out it again, and it's like double, but double's bad, So how do we get more than 63 people in here? Can you guys go out and share the video somewhere, or see what's happening? Somehow, I have a really cool idea. Maybe I'll just make it members only, I don't know. It's weird. 63. How is that even possible with 79,000 subscribers? Wouldn't there be 1,000 accidentally? Or 300, just people stumbled upon it? They're not on their way. Okay. It's still sitting there at 63. I used to have 63 while I was waiting, just sort of like, and then you go live, and then there's 150, then it gets up to 200, 300, 400. And now it's, just wild. Anyways, I tried to do this one idiot on Facebook said that, Gray, you don't investigate. It's not a fog light. He doesn't have a fog light. I go, yeah, I've been going over it for days. I realized that he probably didn't have a fog light now. Okay, and likely that isn't his car. We've gone over this 1,000 times. And then people say, oh, you're just trying to do conspiracies, Gray. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm literally looked it up. People have been claiming that Koberger's vehicle had no fog lights on it. And I was like, yeah, whatever. The typical, who cares? Blah, 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 blah. All right, yeah, fog light, schmog light. But then I thought, well, let me go look it up. Because that's what we do. And I went and looked it up. And I kept trying to find some explanation of how Koberger's vehicle, who when it shows up in the impound area where they, and took the car apart, looked at it, it had the fog light inserts where his version of the Elantra does not come with fog lights. Okay, the SE and had a different number name as well. Does not have fog lights. You would have had to order them. And they're very complex. It's not complex, but it takes a while to replace them. So it'd be virtually impossible for him to have changed it between, like the time that he was on surveillance at 244 and, then at 302 and then 326 when he was on Indian Hills Drive, etc. And the whole rest of the day he's got no headlights, but it's absolutely irrelevant, really. I mean, they weren't even going to be using that at trial, it turns out. They weren't going to be using that's surveillance footage in Pullman that at that time. Now they were going to use the one later because that one is his vehicle for certain, because they tracked his cell phone as it moved around because his phone was on. When he drove to Moscow the first time, his phone was turned off at 2:54. And so they, were looking at a vehicle that was consistent with it in the area at the time. And it turns out that it is not the correct vehicle, in my opinion. Unless there's an explanation that they come up with later. I mean, you could do something as stupid as, they have these little lights that have magnets on it. You could put them in the well and then just turn them on, and it would look like there was some sort of light coming from the fog light area. But I mean, that's where you're just trying to make something work, and then he just got out of his car, took them out, and then now it looks like he doesn't have fog lights. You could do something simple like that, but, do they have evidence that he purchased anything like that? Is there anything? Who knows? It's not. What are you talking about, Daniel? That's not. It's not related, you guys. It's not related. God, the funny part is too. This idiot on Twitter is talking about. Yeah, well, see, they used surveillance of that white Elantra a lot, so now we know. And it's like, no, you don't. You know that at 244 and 253, the vehicle in that footage likely wasn't his. After that, the vehicle goes by the Indian Hills Drive, A&W. It's all completely synced up time-wise, missing a front plate. Brian Koberger has that vehicle, and his DNA was on the knife sheath, and he's confessed to doing it. All right, so let's just look at it like that. Now, it wasn't a setup, Daniel. Okay, your brain has been fried. You're a Candace Owens fan. A setup. Good Lord. Where do you people come from? It's unreal, man. But anyways, is there any way you guys could help support the channel tonight? We're at 0000000 all the way across the board yet again. And I don't have any other way. When we do these shows, you can just see, I don't know what it is. The video is not going to do well. I need you guys' support when I do these live streams. So if you have the ability to, that would be great. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the Venmo. Love Boston. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, like I said, we're at 0000. No, I'm not. I don't care about. I'm not going to do videos with people who think Koberger is innocent, because he isn't. All right. I don't want to do any interviews with the attorneys that you're talking about. Right, but that's what you're saying up there. There's no setup in this case, Daniel. It's not even close. You're completely delusional if you believe that. And I don't know any other word to give you. Sorry, man. That's just the one word that works. Yeah, so I'll just go through this really quick again. So here is the one of the shots in Pullman, and you can see clearly there's the fog lights on that vehicle. They're right down there, and where that comes from is got to open up the. Is it that one? Oh, here it is. So in this vehicle right here, this is what it looks like when there's a fog light put in, just like that. That's what it would look like if he had one. And you guys were still at 00000000. Let's see. So we got that one, and then the next one. Let's skip one. And here's another one. I mean, that one's really clear. You can see it. See that? And then here's the one where it's driving. Now it's, this is 40 minutes later, and he's in Moscow. It does not have front plates, nor did it have front plates, ironically, likely, or and maybe there's some other explanation here. We don't know. But there's no front plate on this one either. I mean, that's unbelievable. That another white Elantra looking vehicle has no front plate, driving in exactly the place where Koberger's phone pinged at. That's weird. And then, this is one I was just talking about, missing a front plate. But now there's no fog light. You can see the actual darkness of where the fog light would be. And then this is one after, later in the evening. This is the next best shot you get when he's coming back. You can see the area where the fog light would be. It's all dark there. Looking at the... Thanks, love Boston. Man, this is like the slowest start of the show I've had in a long time. Oh, yeah, and also in this one, this is when his car was parked in his parking area. You can, I mean, it looks dark in there, but it also looks dark there. So who the hell knows what that even means? Let's see. So then, what was I going to get? It was just out right there. There it is. This one. So, I mean, this is what he's got. It looks just like that. That's exactly what his car looks like. And these little plastic inserts just to sort of protect the opening where the fog lights would go. But thank you, Joel Burnt. And love Boston. Very cool. Thank you. All right, we'll go to the next one. And this is a really clear one. Look at this one right here. I mean, that absolutely shows you it's that insert. Don't you agree? All right, there you go. Oh, jeez. All right, here we go. Let me go to the next one. And here's another one. This one's incredibly clear also. Makes sense to me now. It's right there. Just the angle has, this is just the opening. I mean, we could look at this and you'll see it's exactly the same. Look at that. I mean, just look at the right here. See that? Now imagine the black insert being put into there. And look at, you even have that part of the car, which is right here. And the black insert. So this is Kohberger's car when he came back the following morning. And then we have him at the chef store, near Kate's Cup of Joe. Probably the best little shot is right there. If you kind of go around, you can see right there. See that? Right here. That's the dark insert. It's really obvious. It's dark. It's kind of blurry, but you can see it, right? I mean, it's not like it's hard to make that out. So that's the plastic insert. And he had it later in the day. And that's how his car showed up in the impound right here. Look. All right. It's right there. So I think it's without question that his vehicle did not have fog lights, or there's some trickery going on that we're not aware of how we would do it. Okay. But I think at this point, I'm just going to you have to say, it looks like that first vehicle in Pullman might not be, or is likely not his vehicle, because just all the other evidence that we've put out there. In fact, law enforcement, I mean, we do see him mention it here. This is the probable cause. They talk about it at 244 and 253. They see it at Nevada Street, etc. They mention it. However, at the trial, the exhibit numbers, they start at 527. They don't include the 244 or the 253. So they weren't going to use it. And the defense knew they weren't going to use it. And there'd be no reason and the defense says they can't just bring it up and go, hey, look, here's some surveillance. You mentioned it in the probable cause. That's a different argument. That's like a Frank's hearing type of thing where you say, hey, would this have made a difference to the judge if that surveillance wasn't there? And I would say no. Okay. The other information is so overwhelming in that probable cause that that little piece of information about a vehicle consistent with it driving around is meaningless. Absolutely meaningless. Right. So they have all these other cameras, and then they start here at 527, and there's absolutely no mention of the 244 and 253 that was in the probable cause document. And then not only that, we have here in the thing that we've gone over a million times, this thing that talks about each of the cameras, where they're located, etc. And this one says Stadium Way at Southeast Nevada. There's 4 cameras on that. But when you go down, it doesn't mention that, the timing. So once it talks about each of the cameras, let's zoom in here. Once it talks about each of the cameras, it then starts going into the time that the launcher was on the camera. Now, they don't have Floyd's Cannabis Shop mentioned here, but it starts at 326 at Indian Hills Drive. They don't mention anything in Pullman, and they don't mention Floyd's Cannabis Shop. However, Floyd's Cannabis Shop is one of the exhibits, so they were going to use that one. All right, so obviously it's meaningless. Kohberger still confessed, even knowing that, okay, they eliminated that surveillance footage, right? There you go. And that's all I got on that one. I, looked at it. I tried to figure out, okay, is there a cover you can put on it? No, there isn't a cover you put on it. Those plastic inserts are for when you don't have there's no light in the actual space, and you put it there. Now, we don't know what you're talking about, Bruce. No spoiler. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We've already determined that the other car is not related. Okay. But when you look at right here, these two cars, those look exactly the same. You know, it's a different camera angle and different camera, so it's probably, I think this is the same make and model of vehicle.
Vintage Elantras reg in Idaho in 2022. So not crazy another was in that area at that time.
I don't know. I don't. That's not accurate, though. What you're saying there. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. You're talking about a whole state, and when they said there's 22,000 of them, it's in a huge area, and for there to be one driving in the precise location of Pullman, Washington, at 2:44 in the morning is pretty outlandish. You know, especially missing a front license plate. But thank you. Yeah, I think it's pretty outlandish to believe that there's another white Elantra driving around exactly at the same time that Koberger's phone was pinging in the same town, and it's also missing a front plate. Don't you find that crazy? What? Who cares if the surveillance captured a different car sometimes? It was him. Hey, Lacey, is your brain confused? We all know it. I'm the only channel out there that's been saying it's been Koberger the entire damn time. It is Koberger. They captured a different car before it. They weren't using it at trial. We just went over the whole thing. Your brain doesn't work correctly. It's almost as if you didn't hear what we were just saying. Man, you guys are embarrassing. Just use your freaking brain when we're talking, okay? We said the whole thing. It was really clear. You know, I went over the whole thing just now. I said it doesn't matter at all that it filmed a different car at 5:28:37. It just doesn't matter. Okay? They didn't base the case on that. They weren't even going to use it at trial. My God, people. Yeah, there's only like 15 or 20,000 people in Moscow, and I doubt every single person in there had one of those Elantras. I just don't think it. I think it is astronomical, actually. I think it is astronomical odds that it's really bad. The odds of there being another. See, you're saying that there isn't 22,000, 2014 to 2016 white Elantras, okay, in the state of Idaho. This is like just a miracle that there was another car, another Elantra driving around, missing a front plate at the precise time that Koberger's phone pinged in that location. Yes, that's astronomical. It's crazy. And so I guess if there's an explanation for it, I do have the email out there with Bill Thompson. We'll see what he says, etc. I mean, who the hell knows? But yeah, I think it's astronomically bad. That's like just, whoa, that is crazy. But you know what? We've had cases with the same sort of astronomically strange things. All right, it doesn't matter. Exactly. Who cares, Elena? All right, what does that mean? Let's see. Yeah, it's like it was like for the Northwest, that whole thing. Yeah, it was something like that. It was a huge area. I don't know, man. If you guys think it's not astronomical, then I don't know where your brains are. Right? To me, it's just one of these things like, you got to be kidding me. There's another. I mean, look at this right over here. How about this one? Can you tell what? I mean, if I didn't have this on here, you wouldn't be able to tell me which car was which here, would you? I mean, this is like identical from behind over here. See that? This is Koberger. This is not Koberger's car here, and this one is. Look at that. Every single element's the same on that. It's wild. Yeah, sure. Like no exit there. I mean, I don't know if that's even as astronomically strange. I think a comparison would be in the Abby and Libby case where you have Keegan Kline, who is coaxing these girls to meet him over at the bridge, and then he doesn't show up, but another person shows up who's a killer and kills him, and they're not connected at all. I mean, that is astronomically strange. Like the odds of that are 1 in a billion. Just nuts. Why do you keep talking about spoiler? What are you talking about? Let's see. Oh, you mean that little antenna thing? When you say spoiler, what are you talking about? You keep saying it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't know what you guys are talking about. There's no spoiler in these shots here. I have no idea what the hell you're even, it's just these people, I tell you what. Oh my God. Oh, you mean that little thing that sticks up in the back? I was looking it up online. You don't need to tell me, Elena. I can look it up. All right, let's see. Let's look at him on when he's going by. Which one am I? I'm looking for a specific one. Oh, yeah. 4 o'clock. This one. So you're saying Koberger's car had a spoiler? All right, you guys, any chance you guys can help support the channel? We're absolutely struggling tonight for absolutely no reason at all. Yeah, so there's no spoiler on the back of this one. Is that what you're saying? Who are you talking to, Jessica? Dude, Jesus. Yeah, I didn't ask you, Elena. You're the last person I want you to answer. All right, so you think that's a spoiler on there? It just looks like a normal back end, right? Doesn't that look normal to you? Doesn't look like anything sticking up there. Maybe it's an optical illusion. I don't know. All right, let's see. Maybe we'll bring it into, let's look at one of these when it drives by. Yeah, he doesn't have a spoiler on there, right? Looks normal. And then maybe they're talking about the other vehicle. And so this is 244. I don't see one on this one either. I don't think there's a spoiler on any of the vehicles, so I don't really know what you're referring to. Hey, thanks so much, Marty's Banji. Marty's Band. There you go, Marty's Band, right? I'm not sure what the G stands for. But Thank you. Look at your picture from side by side with the fog lights had a spoiler. Okay, forget it, man. I'm not doing it. We've already done it. You're saying look at your side by side. You're talking about this one right here? This picture right here? Where are you seeing a spoiler? I hope you're not talking about back here, this thing, because that's not what we're looking at here. This is the different different angle of the shot. Okay, you're wrong. You're incorrect, Bruce. Okay, I'm just letting you know, right? Yeah, that's just because the shot is at a different angle. This isn't the same, even the same intersection or anything. This isn't like I took the same shot from the same. This one on the left is shot from lower, and this one is above. Okay? Right. There isn't a spoiler on it. Sorry for your confusion. Let's see. It is two different cars, but it's only the fog light that's different. That's it. I mean, I'm saying it's most likely that it's a different car. I can't say for 100% because law enforcement might have some piece of information, and if they do, I don't know about it. We don't know about it, but they definitely didn't have it on their exhibit list anymore. So that kind of might mean something, or maybe they were gonna throw it in as a surprise later because they found out that he bought this and this and this and different things that may have been able to do that. Who knows? Yeah, you guys, we've already determined all this stuff. It's not like new information that we're just sort of trying to figure something out. I'm just going over it one last time here, and until I hear something from an official of some sort, I'm not going to keep talking about it. It's absolutely not important at all in the case. Okay? Absolutely not important at all. They weren't even going to use that footage at trial. Now, your troll burgers out there, they aren't going to tell you that. They're not going to care. See what I'm saying? And Elaine, if you're still there, don't worry about it. I'm just flipping you crap. You're always like, quickly, before I even get a word out of my mouth, you try to throw in an answer for something. Let's see. Info not pertinent here, but Utah stopped requiring front plates. Oh, wow. Oh, holy shit. Oh, my God. That must be somebody from Utah then that was driving by at 2:44 in the morning. Holy crap. They must have been driving an Elantra. Yeah. Anyways, I think the odds are astronomically shitty, but I can't reconcile why it looks like that. Okay. So the only answer is that is a different car. And you understand exactly why originally law enforcement was probably like, oh, wow, look at this. So his phone's pinging there, and there's this sole white Elantra driving around. I mean, I have to tell you, it always seemed weird, the path and everything that it was taking. Like what was it doing over here in Pullman when it went, I think it was right here, right? When it drove through here and went back there. And then all of a sudden it comes back over there. And, that does make its way back out to the highway, right around to there. However, it's looking like it's a different car. So that's all I can say. Shalom, Sheila. Hey, Bruce, we already know he's guilty. We're talking about fog lights because people were saying how important and big it was. I thought it was even just bullshit them mentioning fog lights. But I looked it up, and yes, it turns out that vehicle at 244, looking at everything that I can possibly look at, appears to not have fog lights on it. I mean, it appears to have fog lights on at 244, and then not later. Not one other instance does it have the fog lights on it. So what's interesting is the Proberger nut jobs have sort of accidentally helped confirm that the vehicle doing the loops and driving around Ridge Road and everything is absolutely that car, right? His car. Because that one is. All right, guys, we're currently at 1/10 of a nightly goal. So if you guys are out there and have the ability to help support the channel, that would be great. It'd also be nice to have one of those nights where I can just sit back and people are supporting and I don't have to worry about it. I put out a video today. Going to have like $3 in ad revenue, maybe. There's going to be no ad revenue on this one. It all just comes down to the people supporting. That's how we've made it. What about two stolen Elantras? They're irrelevant, Daniel. Okay, we're not talking about those again. Okay, if you bring those up again, we're gonna have to time you out. Those have already been discussed a million times. They weren't related. They determined they weren't related, and you know, it's just one of those things. If you want to rehash the old shit with the new true investigators coming out there that actually put a green tint on the screen and tell you it's night vision, then you go watch them. I'm not going to do it. No, it wasn't, Daniel. Okay? It wasn't. I'm going to have to time you out. I just don't have time for you. Okay? All right. Have a good one. All right, let's see. All right, so we got new footage out there. We got new footage from, got it. It's the same, you know, these other channels got it because they pooled together and spent $900 and something. But I got the same footage. I was supposed to get it yesterday. She said, oh my God, I forgot to send it. And then she sent it today. And so I do have all the surveillance footage. But I came up with a very cool idea just before the show started. And it's a little bit, it's similar. You'll see it here in a second. It's pretty amazing, actually. I think I'm going to put together all the surveillance footage again and let people watch it with what I'm going to do here. Of course, you know, you always got people that copy what you do and, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, let me just show you. It's going to be pretty sweet. So this is like 3:30, right? This is one of the clips. 3:30 in the morning. The white Elantra comes in there in just a moment. Like if I scroll it right there, see that? And you guys, we're just still struggling around in here. There it comes in. And then watch this. I'll put this in there. I'll show you something here in a second. All right, so this is the daylight. Now watch, you can go like this. Watch. Every car is exactly the same. See that? Nothing's moved at by 7 in the morning. Not one car is shifted or anything, right? And watch this. I'm going to reduce this down to 10 or 11. And look how easy that, I don't know if you guys can see this, but look how you can see every little thing. See that? Look at that. It looks like, you know, just before evening or dawn or dusk. You know, you see that? See how awesome that is? See, these people put up this colorized version and it was just garbage. Now, look at this right here. You see how you can see everything? But watch this. Boom. See, there's the Elantra coming in. Just like that. You got to admit, that's pretty sweet. All right, like that's pretty sweet shit right there. And then we'll see. Now you can see where everything is easily. Watch up here when the lights hit up there. Are you guys even here? Jesus. Now watch right up here. See that? Now you can see exactly where it hits. See that? Right up there. Now you see exactly where it hit on that roof. And then it's going to come out over here. Right there. And look at the clock even works. You can see slightly through it, but it's not bad. See that? Yeah, I think that's amazing. That's just, I mean, come on, you gotta admit, that's pretty sweet. Hey, thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. Let's see what it looks like up here now. Right there. It should just be lights. Maybe you can kind of see it there though. That's so awesome. Jeez. I mean, how amazingly cool is that? Look, there's that person walking right there too. See that? Now you can see like exactly what these people are doing. I was thinking of doing it, even getting the DoorDash driver and see what that does. Thanks, Joel. This kind of this is the same sort of thing like in the Kylie Rodney case. Is that right? Let me go see if I've already have something. We might be able to. So I think I have somewhere out there where it says, I think the full hour right here, where inside of this I have the full hour, and it should just be where I can, instead of reinventing the wheel, it feels like I could just put it over the top of it. Is this it? No, that's the one I just made at 106. All right, let's try to. Oh, yes, over here. Let's see what happens. Let me sort this by. But hey, guys, we need to get the support up for the channel. We're currently at 1/6 of a nightly goal. Come on. All right, sequences. What's on this one? Nothing. Nothing. I don't think that one's it. No. How about that one? No. Oh, is that it? Oh, that's just all the stuff together, right? Oh, yeah. So this is everything. That's perfect. Yeah, all the way to there. Boom. I think it even has the DoorDash in there. So it shows the whole hour. So I think this is like going to be really interesting here in a second. I'm just going to put it on top of this. All right. So this is number 10 here. Kilberger, King Road. That's not that one. 4:45 to 12. So I think it was at the end of this clip here. So this is this one starts at 4, like even 6 in the morning. See that, and then it gets light starting to get lighter and lighter and lighter, and then there's actually daylight there where you can see the tree colors. So I think maybe something like that. And then I insert a frame hold segment. Delete this. Zoom in there. There's some, I think it's right there. Delete that one. And bring this all the way over to the end here, and back out this direction like that. Now that's the only thing on the screen, but then I can change the opacity down to probably like right there. Doesn't that still look pretty good? Maybe even 11. So what do you think? I mean, that looks clear. You can see everything, right? I can probably put it like for 15. That would be good. See, now look at it. I mean, that's crazy, right? I mean, it's just like clear. And let me move this over. Let's see what it looks like when at 346, the DoorDash driver, when she's walking. I think that'll be interesting. Okay, well, not 346, 350 something. Here's the DoorDash driver coming in. Hey, thanks, Wild Bill Wasson. Trying for a mini wave.
Let's Go Freaks help support the channel.
What do you guys think of that? Doesn't that make it a hell of a lot easier to see everything? And let's see what it looks like when the DoorDash driver walks over there. Right there. Oh, man, that's crazy. Look at this. Now you can see exactly what she was doing. Look at this. This is nuts. You can just kind of see a little bit of there, but then here she comes. And then look, she's going to be standing right there, right on the other side of that car, probably leans against the car. I mean, isn't that wild how you can see that now? Look at that. And that's 100 times more clear what the hell's happening. And then she walks back that way. That's her phone, the light, probably a flashlight on the end of the phone. Man, I think that's almost crazy how good that is. And then let's move it forward a little bit. So that's the other car that left the area when she was there. What's going on up there? I forgot. I think 353 is heading. There it is. That's Koberger up there. That was him driving. He doesn't enter into the complex, and he parks over here to the right, and then he comes back in. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to see the light hit the side right there. I mean, don't you think this is pretty sweet? I mean, there's been these colorized versions, but they're not really, I'm not even sure what they're doing in those. This one here looks like you can see everything perfectly. Like that house is clear now. 1127 and 1119's right there. So I'm going to move it forward to 57 6, and then here it's going to be coming in here in a second. There it is. Let's back it up. Now let's watch the lights as it's coming west on Taylor Avenue. And the lights hit there, and here it comes. Kind of looks like a ghost vehicle, sort of, but that's good enough, right? Like there. And then up here again. Do you guys see Wild Bill Lossman trying to do a little mini wave up there? Yeah, so look at that. That's the headlights up there. It almost seems like you can see the headlights better. I mean, it's just so weird. It's crazy. And then there he's leaving right there. And then makes his way back up there again. Driving really slow because the DoorDash driver is still there. And still driving slow even over here. And then it does a turnaround up there and it comes back again really fast. Or I think it might even be driving somewhat slow again. But quicker than it just was. And then it drives around. And that's when it goes back to, and then that's the DoorDash driver. So look how close that was. Like 4 o'clock and 10 seconds up there. And then 4 o'clock and 39 seconds. DoorDash is leaving. So the DoorDash driver was probably a little bit behind Koberger's vehicle out on Taylor Avenue, but he'd already seen that there was activity, so he didn't go in. That's not really an enhancement. It's just putting a daylight shot over the top of it, changing the transparency slightly. This is something I did in the Kylie Rodney case. And now the FBI is doing it. I don't know if they got that from me or what, because it was just sort of a novel idea that I had, and I'd never seen it before. It's never been out there. And now they used it in one of these cases recently. I forgot which one. See, look at that. It shows you everything. Like you can almost kind of picture better what he was trying to do. He's going to park. You know, like, look at that. Like, he was thinking of parking between this car and that one, but when it was dark, you can't really see that. You know, like if you go like this, you can't even see what's happening. See that? Like, right here, there's a car, but you can't really make it out very good. But as soon as you turn it back on, you absolutely get the picture. There's the vehicle, and this car, his car was trying to back into there between this one and this one, I think. See, look, he's like, and then he's like, forget it. See that? Looks like he's trying to parallel something there. I think it just absolutely adds a completely different perspective. Watching it like this. Hey, thanks, Tracy Antioch.
Thanks, Grant.
Yeah, these.
Glad I caught a live. Red heart emoji. Thank you so much for purchasing all the latest release documents. Folded hands emoji.
Yeah, well, no problem. Yeah, some of the stuff that I'm getting, like the like some stuff, somebody else paid the big number, and then I pay the smaller, you know, the duplication fee, which is, you know, dramatically different sometimes. But I'm paying $140 for the Floyd's Cannabis Shop all by myself. And then somebody else will just be able to pay 30. And if they pay 30, they can also get all these other things that were for 30. So for $30, they might get like 3 different things, you know. But anyways, that's why, you know, I need your guys' support when I do these shows so that we can still do stuff like that. It's getting to the point where it's so, every night it's so hard, you know. And it's hard to even get people to watch the videos that I put out. I don't know. Maybe things will turn around at some point. I don't know. But we're currently right now at $60, you know, and that's nowhere near a nightly goal. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. That's about 1/5 or so, like about 1/4 and a half, just to get to the minimum goal, and then where, Kathy? I don't see him. All right, let's see him driving away at a high rate of speed. Oh yeah, and then now let's take a look at that. Remember how there was that light and there was somebody over there? Let's see if it makes more sense this time. Yeah, so there's a reflection straight that way and the same angle that way. There's somebody over here by a car. Oh, and that's probably the person that they think he almost ran over. Crazy. Anyways, that's pretty cool, though. Huh? I think I'll put that one out there. Do you think I should upload that tomorrow? Think anybody will watch it? So that's with full color. Let me try a couple other ones. Let's try that one. Yeah, that one's probably better. And that one, this one's 13, and this one's 11. So you should be able to see the car better. Let's see. Hey, love Boston. Thank you. Yep, see, look at there. All right, well, I got it there. I think that's a good version there. This one does this 3-point turn. Let's check that out. See, that's a lot thicker. Now the car isn't as see-through as it was. And yet you still can see everything. Easy. Yeah. Very cool. All right, there we go. Hey, all been a minute. Rename the channel. Thanks, Mirror Farm Margot. Yeah, well, we got a ton of footage here. Let me get rid of a bunch of this. That one, that one, that one, that one. It's on 10. Yeah, hit save. I didn't get to watch Candace Owens today. What was she pedaling today? That one was really good. What color is that? See how that one's even brighter, and it was at 11. So I don't know what. I mean, that was so good. I think that one's better than the last one. How do I get that? Maybe I can just. Yeah, see, I think that one's better, don't you think? Look at that one, the lighting on that. So that was at. Let me. Maybe I can figure it out. I might have to reopen that last one again. See, that's how see-through that is. And that's at 6:58:19. Okay. Full hour. Let me try that again. 6:58:19. $6:48. I'm gonna grab the same one. Wish I was more entertaining, you guys. Probably be doing a lot better. I'm just trying to do my thing. What did I say it was? What was the number? 6:48 or 6:48:19? It was 6:48:19, right? Yeah, get rid of that person. Just typed in very neat show. Get rid of them. That's a troll from earlier. And they'll say, what do you mean? That was just a compliment. No, we know who you are. We know you. You said the same thing earlier today. It was 6 a.m. that you showed 2 months. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's the same people. And everybody's watching them. And, you know, it's a real struggle over here. You guys, I need your guys' support on the channel tonight. All right. We are currently at 1/4 of just a normal, you know, crappy nightly goal. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. I think that's a little bit better. And it's at 11, so you should be able to see everything pretty good. And that part's just crazy, right? With the DoorDash driver just walking over there. Now you see that she was sort of, you know, leaning against the car there. Now, trolls say neat. That's why we're getting rid of it. I mean, we already know that. All right. Guess nobody heard what I said. Thanks, Rich Watts. Richard Watts. Thank you. Yeah, pulling teeth. All right, so what they released today was this one. This one's at 4, or they released it Friday last week. I just got it finally. This is 446. There's not really a lot going on here. Looks like a car leaves or comes in. Yeah, I remember this part. So we could play some of this. You know what we should do is do the same thing. Yeah, make it so we can just see exactly what's happening. Kind of look like ghosts, sort of. Actually, that's what it looked like. Whatever that footage there, it was crazy looking. And then it starts getting clear once they get up the steps. Or I'll show you. That footage looked bad anyways. Watch. See that? That's what it looked like. So it wasn't like my overlay thing was making. That's just what it looked like. See how crappy that is? And then it sort of switched over to daylight. It's weird. And that's at 5:17 in the morning. It's not even light out. So it shows you that camera didn't need to be doing, using night vision all the time. I mean, that would be way clear. I mean, Koberger drove away just less than an hour before that. And then I guess it I mean, because look how dark it was just as they were walking out of their car. Okay, I don't know why it's not. Oh wait, I've got. Never mind. Hold on a second. Let me take my thing off here. Okay, here they come, and see, then it did get kind of colorized for a moment, and then it went back to normal. So it didn't do what I just did. It just had that for a moment. It went. There was enough light for it to switch over right there. And so if I put that back on, let's see. All right, so that's my little color overlay. And so now you can just sort of see what everybody's doing. That's somebody leaving. 5:52. Okay, it's already bright now, so I can. Is that the next? That can't be the next one. 5:59. Oh yeah, so I'm missing this one. 5:59. Does it go right to it? 5:59. Yep. Oh, look how quick that time went. Just started jumping. Yep, so there's another one. And then this one, it starts getting light right there, so I don't need to. So right in here probably doesn't need the overlay. There. And now we get to see Nunez coming in. I have. I've posted every single piece of footage that's out there. I just put it out like 2 days ago. Man, it just shows you how very few people watch my channel, but they watch the conspiracy nutters every day. You know, I'm just getting so bitter, you know. I'm just sort of like, I'm angry, like every day, it seems like. I don't know, man. It's very frustrating for me. Seven. There. You can hardly see the time up there. And I don't know what, when you're saying all the surveillance footage, or which one are you talking about? All of the like hours and hours and the 100, this stuff right here, or the surveillance footage, you know, where they were going to use it in court. I have all that. I put all that out there. This is 7:30 in the morning. None of the main cars have moved yet either. But people are obviously going to be up and about now. Okay, that one finally moved, that one. Oh, then it came right back. So it left at 8:14, went to McDonald's, came back at 8:25. They went somewhere. I guess it doesn't. Who cares? What does it have to do with anything? Let's see. Got that one and this one. I mean, I'm not really in. I know these other channels are sitting there listening and listening to every single thing, but it's like, what are they listening for? See, a conspiracy person, that's what they're listening for. That means they're like trying to find some angle to make another video on or something. You know, none of this had anything to do with anything. Now, is there maybe that guy that claimed to? Isn't there somebody that walked by and said that they saw the door open? You know, like 10, maybe it was that other person we just saw a minute ago. Or maybe there's somebody else that walks by a little bit later. Let's see. There's a car there. Maybe that was at 9:40. This is at 10:21. That's so crazy, right? There's 4 dead bodies over there in the house, and nobody's aware at all at this point. 10:48. I don't know. People claimed that. Remember the guy said he walked by, said it was open. You can say you don't think something, but somebody said that's what one of the witnesses said. Yeah, could have been somebody like that. Yeah, who knows? Hey, thanks, Naomi McFarland. Thanks for the coffee, Lisa. There is audio on these. $11.28. So pretty soon, like right around in here is where Nunez shows up. Oh, thanks, Chris Stu. Appreciate that. Yeah. But you guys have already asked 100,000 times. But if you guys have the ability to help support the channel tonight, it'd be great. That's either that or I can just go do something else. I got to go try to work on a video or make some effort for tomorrow to supplement, because this, I could just sit here and stare at the screen and keep putting, going over this stuff, but it's just, I've never seen such massive, the lulls tonight are almost unbearable. We're talking 40 minutes at a time. It's just, it's hard to do. All right, there he is right there. Here, I'm going to try to do something in here. I have my own copy of Nunez. And we could put that right here. Whoa. Hey, Lisa Wilson. Thank you. Man, a lifesaver. Just absolute struggle tonight. It's almost like I wasn't even here. Thank you. And I really appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks to everybody else who's helped. Okay. So we're watching this. Okay. 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 Yeah, I think this is good. Up, right there.
Don't let it get you down.
Well, it's hard to not, hard to not. If I could get people to watch my videos, I'd be okay, but I can't. So, I don't know if people don't even hit the like button. They come in, it's a great video. They go, oh, that was great. And there's like 32 likes, so. What the hell happened here? That doesn't even make any sense. Oh, I know why. Okay. Sequence. Copy. Okay, yeah. See, that doesn't fit in there. And then get this one. This will be cool. Watch, you guys. Man, why doesn't that fit in there? Oh, yeah, that's right. You have to do 83.3. Then it fits. There you go. Right there. Right there, and down. Let's see. I think this will be pretty cool. Okay, so that's when he stopped, so I gotta fix that. Hey, thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. Okay, so he stops. Just trying to get this set up. Okay, that's close, right? So that means right when he's turning. Probably like right there. Now let's see if this if it works if I go back. So let's see how much this works. Can you guys can one it'll be the other one will be on the screen here in a second. Hey, what do you guys have you guys have a challenge going? Where is it? I can mention it. Somebody did a challenge. I can't see it, I guess. Thank you, guys. So let's just move it forward to this part. There comes Nunez in the lower left. In just a second. So where is he right now? Is he on Taylor? He's doing some weird turns. You know, I could probably make this way better if I go over to, let's see, full thing. Do the Adobe. Yeah, turn on the Adobe one. Let's see. Does that work? Oh, I got to turn off this one. Adobe, come on, Adobe. There you go. So that's pretty good. And then make that full screen. Yeah, that's probably better, isn't it? Not tiny anymore. All right, let's go right over to, so he's already walking in there, but I just want to see if it's timed good. Here we go. Hey, apparently we need 3 more channel memberships for some sort of goal out there. I didn't see it, but if you guys could please do that for me, that would be great. I don't know if somebody's going to match something or how that would work, but those help out the channel quite a bit. I think he's on King now. Yeah, I can see exactly where he is. Let's see. See that little green house right there? Let me see where this is. I think that's this house, but it's on out on the other side. He's looking at the back side of it, and then we should see him in just a second. Right now. Yeah, I think that's pretty close, right? Oh, Lisa Belson's matching you guys. So come on, we can do 3 more channel memberships. Thank you, Lisa. I don't know what it is. I always think it's cool to have stuff like that synced up. Probably not that really that interesting, but. And aren't there other officers out there too? I think I have those somewhere. A lot of them I just haven't played on here. They seem kind of redundant. Twenty-year-old female unconscious. That's probably King. Yeah. I think it's right there. I think Nunez is the most interesting because he's the first one in there, you know. Who was the guy that came in after Nunez? Anybody remember the name? But hey, guys, is there any chance 3 of you out there can get 3 memberships so that we can reach the challenge that Lisa Belson put out there? All right, when does he gun it here? Is that? I think that's what I could time it up with. I think I was pretty close. Yeah, such a struggle. I'll figure it out at some point. Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. All right, there's Greg King did one. We need 2 more, you guys. Hopefully you guys think my channel's worth it. We got to keep moving forward here. We can't have these struggles. You know, especially when absolute clowns who put out fake information every single day get way more support. How is that a thing, you know? Thank you. Greg King. I don't know. It's hard to time that up because there's no audio signature to be able to do that with. But I think this is going to be cool. I'm going to put this out. So if you missed it, just look how easy that is. Can you guys see everything on the screen there is easy, right? Here, let me show you the DoorDash driver again. Wait, is that one the right one? This is surveillance. Oh yeah, I gotta make that go across. This isn't the one that had it. Here, let me save this and go back out. This is 7 hours right here, though, you guys. All this. 7 straight hours. Let me see if there's more on that. Yeah, it goes all the way to midnight, I think. Let's see, we've got... This is 3:30 in the afternoon. No, wait. 10, 11, not 3:30. 12 o'clock. Yes, that's when this ends. This goes all the way from 4:45 all the way to noon, right when the officer shows up. But then there's a whole nother, let's see. I think it might be this one. That's 4 to 4:50. I don't know. I guess I don't have currently the like 12 to whatever, 5 o'clock at night or something. Let's see. 4 to 4:50, 2:25 to 4, and then I've got all right, guys, we just need one more, either a $5 anything or a new membership, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it just goes to 12. And then I thought I had 12. I have 12 to 1, right? So I think I'm the only person that got that out of that group. Nobody else, none of these other people ordered that. So I could probably put 12 to 1 after this. And also, I ordered the Uber driver information. I was the only one to order that too. Isn't that weird how like other people just aren't interested in the same things? Like, why wouldn't you want every single piece of surveillance that there is? All right, who's doing the last gifted membership? Who's doing it? I mean, we're only halfway to where I would normally gift a membership, if you can believe that. Or 5, I would usually give 5. Oh, look at that. That's Bruce Holdaway, the legend. Hold the door. Hold the door. Somebody got mad at me for making a video showing, that mentioned that his fog light, he didn't have a fog light. It doesn't appear. I can't argue with logic. That's what we do here. I saw it. I looked into it. I couldn't come up with a reasonable answer for why, and that's it. Hey, thanks again, Lisa Belson. And thanks, Bruce Holdaway, for making that happen. All right, now we can really see. You guys can see it better, I think. Uh-oh. Hopefully. Okay, there you go. So she's walking around at 3:52 or so. There she is. All right, so check it out. Look how crazy this is with the DoorDash. Now you can see it better than you did earlier. Watch the DoorDash driver walking on the street. Look how clear this is. And thanks again, Lisa Belson. All right. But look at her. Isn't that crazy? She's just standing there next to that car. And now you can see exactly where she was, as if it was daylight. There she is. And then she walks back, flashlight on, going the other direction. Isn't that amazing? I'm pumped. I think should I do a narration version where I'm talking the whole time? I mean, this is all of the 1112 1112 King Road footage that had the white Elantra in it, but now it's like way better. And now that you can see everything in there, the house over there on the left, etc. It's not colorized. This is literally daylight. Nothing's moved. Nothing's changed. Every car is in the same spot. And it's just, it's got an opacity to it so you can see below it. It's just like the Kylie Rodney case when her car went into the lake. Yeah, if I turn this off, here, I'll just show you what it looks like. I mean, see that? You can't really tell, like, what's over there. There's a car, sure. Down here, there's a car, but you can't really see it very good. You can't make much details out on any of these homes on the upper right-hand corner. And in 1127, you can't really make out any of that, really. Then you turn it back on, and then boom. You can see it. And it's cool that it's a little darker up there, but that just allows you to see everything. Like right now, when the car goes around the back up there, watch how you can see in the upper left-hand corner that the headlights hit the top of 1127 right there. See that? And that's you literally, if you look at it, you can feel the speed of the car turning. I mean, just look at it. Watch. See that? You can just see it turning up there. It's not a flash like that clown who puts the night vision videos out said it is. Yeah. Belief that the evidence is maddening. The evidence kneel is maddening. Huh? Evidence kneel. Kneel. I don't know what you're saying there, man. What is that? They operate from the belief that the evidence real. Is it real or kneel or? Yeah, well, I think that I need to put this out there. This video would be one that I think, would really make things clear to people who kind of, they're not really aware of what's happening in the scene. And now you look at it and you just go, oh, it's just, absolutely clear. There's nothing ambiguous about it. Not one car is moved. I might even start off the video showing that, like you would go like this. I could turn off the opacity. So this is what it really looked like, that top image. It's that bright. So, if I turn that on and off, it looks like this. But if you look, not one car is moved because this is 6:48 in the morning. And, it was Saturday night and everybody's been drinking, etc. So nothing's moved. See, nothing's changed at all when I blink. Oh, you can't see that. Has it been like that for a while? Were you guys not able to see the screen a minute ago, or did I change it after the fact somehow? All right. But anyways, now if I go like this, watch. Ding. See that? There, every single thing's the same in the image there. No, so the whole time, even when the DoorDash was walking? No way. I don't think so. All right, let's see. Okay, let me, yeah, maybe it was. I was looking at this other screen over here, unfortunately. That's right, that's right. All right, let me do it again. That sucks. All right. 11:40, 3:44. Here comes the DoorDash driver. But notice how you can see everything a lot better now, the houses and everything. DoorDash, and then here's where she gets out of her car and walks. Right over here. Pretty interesting. Or just right over there by that car, you'll see her walking. You can see her through the kind of the grate. Oh, there we go. I guess that was still kind of small. There. Now you can see the time and everything. There she is. I don't know. I find that one particularly just interesting. Like, oh, wow. Look how easy it is to see where the DoorDash driver was standing now. Just absolutely clear next to that car, and then turns around, has her phone in her hand. It's not confusing, just really simple. And then that's the other guy driving by in there. And then Koberger comes back in the white Elantra. There he is. We can make it go back a little bit more. Right there. That's cool too, because you can even see those same reflections up here. Like, look, that's the car driving up the hill back behind 500 Queen Road. It's crazy how you can see that. And then it turns and goes around. So that means it's going to go this way because it's a mirror. And now it's behind 500 Queen Road. Or you can't see, I'm zooming in on stuff. Yeah, it's like way up in that, up here at the top of the screen in that window. But you guys are currently still only at like 70% of the like miniature mini goal, if you can believe it. So I guess I'm done asking for the night, but if you guys have the ability, that would be great. We've been sort of hovering above the goal lately, so that was good, and this will set us back again. Why does it say minimize there? What does that mean? Oh, I see. Cool. It's a new thing they put in there. And that's the headlights hitting that window there, and then he comes down. Remember that video I made on the headlights? Hitting the windows? That was pretty cool. I don't think anybody has like 2 o'clock in the afternoon till midnight. I think that's still missing. Yeah. Well, thanks. Wow, somebody sent me a big coffee there. That was cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Doesn't have a name on it. It just says someone. But they said, just wanted to help out. I've gotten more entertainment through the years. Then that would cover. Okay, I see. Well, thank you. Really appreciate it. Be neat to see the video from 2 o'clock to midnight. Right, that's exactly why I wanted to order that. She gave me, I got 12, and there's no audio for some reason on 12 to 1. You know, they got rid of the audio on that. All the rest has audio. I'm not sure why mine didn't have audio. But it would be cool to see that. Well, let's see what it looks like when that guy comes out. It's like right around here. Or a person comes out of that door over here. Does that look cool with the overlay on there? Oh, there it is, right there. There's the person. So right up here, right at that 1119 King Road, there's somebody walking there. Yeah, even that just looks more normal, you know. Even though they disappear because the transparency doesn't keep going. There, I kind of see them right there. They weren't even on the actual video. It was hard to pick them up. Oh, well, thanks, Marty. If that was you, thank you. But if it's somebody else out there, let me know. I think it was you, though. We still don't have the video of when the ride share. I know. Well, I've got all that stuff I have ordered. The problem with that one is one of the parts she didn't have. She said that she's tracking it down. Should be a few days from now, but it's the one from 1 o'clock till 2:30. You know, that's the one that's going to have the ride share dropping them off. Now, I think I actually have the from a long time ago when they took off. I don't know how somebody had that one, but let me pull that one up again. You know, I have it somewhere just sitting around in a yeah. So it's this one right here. Look, not that. This video. Look at that time. 10:16 on the 12th. So that's pretty wild. And look at that. There's no those. A lot of these cars aren't even home yet at that time. But I think that might be them getting a ride to, downtown to the Corner Club. See that? That's at 10:16 in the evening. I think that makes sense. Oh, you can't see it? Oh, yeah, that's right, because I got that stupid. All right, there you go. So right there it is. See there, it's 10/16/05. And I think they have that video because that's them being taken to the corner club, if that makes sense. Hey, thanks again, Lisa Belson. I heard that video sounds like a lot of fooling around. Now, the sound that you hear is coming from, most of the sound that you hear is coming from 1112 King Road. People are just partying, screaming, laughing, playing. But the conspiracy nutters, they'll pretend that the screaming is a different murder that happened earlier in the evening. A murder that was so quiet and so, meaningless that Xana Kernodle ordered a DoorDash and sat around and ate it. And even Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez came home and an hour and a half after that and, talked to, nobody was dead in the house at that point. That's if you believe Dylan Mortensen Gray. I do. Yeah, I actually do. I believe Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk 100%. And everything that they say matches exactly what happened in the house. Brian Koberger is the killer, nut jobs. Where's the police report documenting the scream? Well, there probably isn't one because it's meaningless. Do you understand that? Yeah, the screaming was at like 12, 12:30 or 2:30 or something like that? I guess Bethany Funk and them were home at that point. Anyways, that was the clip I was talking about. Maybe we should go now that we've heard that. Let's go see if we can hear the sound that they're talking about. All right. But here's what you need to know before even listening to it. It's irrelevant. You know why? Because Brian Koberger's the killer. He killed all 4 of the victims between 4:12 and 4:20. Now, if you want to claim that there's another unsolved murder around based on those screams, then you go right ahead. Koberger wasn't even anywhere near there at the time. You know what I'm saying? But Gray, you see, he didn't do it. It's a setup, man. All right, let's open up that one again. That one's called All Surveillance. Oh yeah, so I guess we need to go. That's okay. I do have that too. So hold on. Forgot to put that in here. I move that over here. Working on Koberger footage. And that's 4. Oh yeah, so this one's 225. All right, so 225 right there. These are all just these little tiny chunks. 225, 230, 235. Why they did it like this, who knows? 240, 245, 250, 255, 3, and then 305. That's 310. 315. Man, can I just grab these? Yeah, that would have worked. Let's see. $322. That was three. Ah, 322. There's people leaving. It's funny. Okay. So you got that. And that's 322. Then this goes to 330. Maybe we can listen to this for a while, I guess. And then this one, it goes all the way up until, well, what's this one? That one's 4 o'clock. This ends at 3:33, so we don't really need the 4 o'clock one. I don't know why that was in that folder. 3:33. Yeah, so some of this is overlap, right? Because the clips that we already have start right here at 3:30 or 3. Maybe it does start at like 3:25. All right. Should we listen to this or? All right, we got to about 85%. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. I'll boost it up a little bit. Now let me just do something real quick. I'm gonna put my I think all this is combined. So let's go. What time does this start at? Well, this one starts at 4:46, and then this ends at. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, I put that on there. That's right. So that fits, and then we can go to 11. There we go. Oh, there was a car there. Oops, that's not going to work. That car showed up and parked right there. No, wait, it was there. Hold on. So what is going on? Does that mean it's not in that one? Oh, it's not there in that one. Okay. So that's funny. It's kind of weird. Oh, then that card takes off, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of an interesting way to do that. It's kind of like a ghost of a car, but it leaves. You know, then these people look at the video where the people left. There was nothing happening. What are you talking about, Todd? Oh, jeez. Give me a break, man. ATM? Yeah, it's a little different when it's 11 a.m. as opposed to 2:42 in the exact area where a phone pinged. Terrible logic there, Todd. But hey, anything you want, man. $2:44 in the morning, right where Koberger's phone pings, and you're talking about 11:59. Camera, one more. Oh, yeah, and guess what? They're both cop cars. Yeah, nobody did. That's why, because he's a loser and a nobody. You know, it was really Brett Kopacka, right? So they had to. Sounds like just people drinking and. Oh, that's it right there. So that's somebody got killed right there. I don't even know what that sounds like. It doesn't sound like somebody screaming like they got hurt. It sounds like a. I'm not even sure what that is. What sound is that? That's weird. I don't feel like it, Todd. I don't feel like it. All right, let's see. And there's people talking and stuff. I mean, that's nothing. See, this is what everybody's turning into something. Anybody here? You guys are just dead as a doornail again. It's just nobody's chatting. It's so boring for me when like nobody's talking, nobody's. Hey, Jamie, you sound like an idiot, okay? You're just saying that because you want it to be that way because you're one of the fools who thinks Koberger is innocent, okay? Right, exactly. Stupid. Just kind of a weird sound. It's like, I don't even know what it is. It almost sounds like... It's over here. I don't remember. Yeah, another mini one. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Every night can't be the best, I guess. I mean, we had a good coffee there, so that's good. Wow, that car looked really, the way that one looks through the trees looks very similar. I don't know where the scream took place. I missed it. Maybe this. See, it's weird. A lot of the sound in the actually 1112 sort of sounded similar, so it makes me wonder what we're actually hearing. I mean, 1122. Like, I mean, it sounds kind of. It doesn't. It sounds odd. It doesn't even sound like anything. Like, I don't know. I don't see any. I don't. You know. If you just know this, there isn't another killing that happened, and Koberger's admitted to killing all 4 victims in the house that happened an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes after this. And right now at 2:27, Dylan's or not Dylan, Madison's in the backyard with the with Murphy, and I think Bethany's already gone back to her room because she was cold, and Dylan's already went to her room, and you know, all that stuff's still moving here. They're alive at this point. You get that, right? Thanks, Wild Bill, for the attempt. It's just not a night like this. Yeah, there's just this dead person on the floor right now, and they're all just still chatting away, laughing, and I just heard another one. Did you hear that? Another scream. Did you hear that? Listen. Ah! Hey, cool, Tracy Van Draat. How's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. I know they're like, oh, God, but then through the distorted mic, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're saying no, like that. And they're drunk. Oh, I made it to about 85% on the show to the goal. Thanks, Amy. So if you came here late, I came up with this cool idea to overlay the daytime over the night. So this is what it really looks like right now is like this. See that? But with this on there, you can see everything clearly. You know where everything is, etc. Wow, more killing. Holy crap, everybody. We're looking at 10 more minutes later. More people are getting killed. Listen. Probably watching the replay of a game, you know. More. Holy crap. Maybe they got a bird in the house. No, these people are nuts. Okay, see, that's why, you know, this is why you know these people are disingenuous. I guarantee you they didn't play this part here. Because now you hear the same yelling and screaming, but it's just kind of like they're having a good time. And this is 14 or 15 minutes after that. See? Wow. They're being tortured. Wow, more killing and stabbing. That's weird. You heard that, right? Listen to that. Or is it right here? Gray, explain the screaming. Gray. I don't know. I don't know what they were watching. I don't know what game they were playing. I don't know. Hey, thanks, Tracy Van Brott. Did I say that right? I remember we went over trying to say that. Now it's been so long. My God, where are the sirens here? You see, this is when the real killings happen, and Bethany and Dylan hid the truth. You guys, don't you get it? These people are so stupid. It's just, you know, it's mind-boggling, really. You should see them up there. They got their headphones on, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, ooh, did you hear that, everybody? Woo!" think we need 4, 5, 6 channel memberships, and we'll reach the minimum goal. You know, the low level, but at least it's, you know, something. Or even just 30, it's $30, whatever the hell that is. Let me move it over here where there's a bigger sound waves. It's a vehicle. That's a vehicle. You again, Lisa Belson? Man, you're so kind. Thank you so much. All right, you have one more out there then. Just one. Well, we can do it. Thank you. Very kind, very kind. So nice. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Oh my God, who drives a car like that? Listen to that. That's got to be the killer. Has to be. Who else would it be? Gray, did you hear that? Yeah, you know, they might have originally they might have listened to it, right? Because they don't know what, you know, they're trying to figure out what the hell happened. But I think after interviewing the girls, I mean, I think they got this surveillance after interviewing people, so they knew what time frame to focus in on, because they talked to Dylan and everybody like that. They looked at their phones, and then they realized, oh wow, that was like 4 a.m. when you saw this person. So they focused more around that time between 3:30 and 4:30, and observed a white Elantra doing multiple laps around over and over and over again, like a circling shark. Wow, another killing. Holy crap. Did you guys hear that? We're now looking at least 6 murders that have happened. 6 of them. In just a small amount of time. Wow. You know it was like that, you guys, on the here, let me where is it? Gray only. There I am. Then we go to this one. Yeah. See, I don't have my hat on, you guys. Yeah. So you know that they were sitting there like this. Did you guys? Oh, like, did you hear that? Did you hear that scream? Oh my God. Everybody's like, oh, 100, 100. Oh, wow, 100. Oh, yeah. Wow. There's something going on here. And it's all because it's like the Candace Owens effect. You know how Candace Owens, while she's playing stuff, she's going like, and then it sort of makes people that are watching think that what she's saying is really relevant and true. And that's what these other idiots do. It works for them, though. You know, obviously they found the magic sauce, because they have all these people watching complete bullshit. And I have a hard time getting people to watch reality. Maybe that's it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, let's move it where there's more sound. They're kind of quiet for a while here. They're still talking, though. How about over here? Wait a minute. We can do EVP to this stuff. Listen. Hold on. Listen. Murder. Do you hear that? Listen again. Murder. Listen. Hold on. Ah! We nailed it, you guys. Did you hear that? I'm telling you, if we could just boost that up a little bit. Listen. Murder. Oh my God. What's this one say then? Let's see. You're full of shit. It says you're full of shit. Oh! And then a door slammed. That has to mean something. Did you hear that, you guys? I mean, holy moly. Woo! We nailed it. Let's see what this one says. Sounds like a rusty door opening. Well, I debunked the idiot, but nobody, what's weird is nobody watches my videos now. It's like I put them out and they just die right out of the chute. I could make a thumbnail that was, the one I did the other day got 12,000 views. I can deal with that. But when it gets 700, it's like, how did that happen? Where did it go? It got buried somewhere. So that's 3 o'clock. That's not Koberger. And that's got way more lights up there. See how there's a lot of... Yeah, I always think it's weird how you can't see any lights at all through those trees. You should be able to see. Well, that's interesting right there. That light. I wonder if it sort of feels like it's connected to that. Let's see. That's weird. Is that a reflection of the... Yeah, I don't know. Because the car was right back there. Is that a normal? Makes me want to go check for that. Well, I guess we can do the one where Koberger comes in. He doesn't come in at that time now. That's 3:30. He came in from the right. Put that back on. There he comes. Right there. And then it cuts off before he would ever be coming back. So right now is just after, well, I got it right here. Look at it. 3:02. Okay, this is crazy, right? So right now in this video, okay, let's go back in time. Watch this. Right now, Madison asked Bethany through the door. This is my guess. Like at 2:55, asked her through the door, "Hey, have you seen the dog?" Murphy. And then at 3:02, just right after this, Koberger right now, let's see, right here is passing, and actually I have the real time. He passes Floyd's cannabis shop at 3:02:20. Let's see, 3:02:30 and 32. So right now, Koberger's passing Floyd's cannabis shop. He's not even, he's not there yet. And then right now, another camera at Floyd's picks him up. All right. Then there's like nothing's going on. And then at 3:26 is when he shows up on Indian Hills Drive. Well, it's not. There isn't floor slattered. You mean in the house? I thought you said boys. I don't know. What doesn't make sense is that your brain doesn't comprehend that they didn't want to know exactly what happened, so they waited till the morning. You know, that's what makes sense, Jamie. But what you've listened to is a bunch of idiots talking about it without using your own brain. I assume you're smarter than that. And you listen to them and you believe whatever the hell they told you. Use common sense, logic, and reason. I do, Gray. That's not fair. I don't care. Okay, here we go. This is 312. That's not the vehicle. But you know, it's interesting. I bet we can tell. Let's rewind a little bit. See how there's no car up there on Walanta. So we should, yep, and there he is. It'll light up that house over there. Here we go. Watch this. Hey, thanks, Aaron Sayers. And look at how it lit up that side there, because that car came in from the east on Taylor Avenue. Just a random car. Yeah, wow. So this one, not sure what it's going to do. But, and it looks like it, let's see, what's it doing? Looks like it's trying to back in over there. Oh, and then somebody gets into the car right there. They came to pick somebody up, obviously. Probably a ride share. Now, let's see what that looked like with the... I like, it's kind of interesting seeing people when you put the light on it. So let's see, they're right over there. And then there's about to take off. Crazy. $315. This is where Koberger's in no man's land. Nobody knows where he is during this time frame. Or maybe law enforcement does, but they don't. Now let's see this. Let's see how good this one looks with the a person walking there. This isn't the DoorDash, but there's a person right there. A little ghosty looking, but. Oh, they're looking into the dumpster. What are they looking for? He must have put the knife in there. Did you see that, you guys? He put the knife in the dumpster. What knife? He hasn't. Nobody's been killed yet. I mean, okay. He hid it in the dumpster for later. Okay. Yeah, it's weird how the lighting, you know, it's just so bad that it doesn't even pick up people anymore. You know, like you watch this one, you can see him walking over here. And see how it just sort of starts fading into nothingness right there? Because it's going into the darkness and it just... And let me turn that on again. Let me see if I make it a little less. Right there, maybe 7%. And then go back to that guy walking. Right there. That looks a little bit better. See that? It's almost like it's worth it to have it at the lowest level where you can see the detail on the homes. You know, because if I make it brighter, yeah, you can see it way better, but you don't need that much. It's like you could just go, even right there is good, right? At like 6. What do you think? I mean, see, even there, you can make out the house perfectly, etc. But you really, can see everything even better through it. I mean, look how much better the human is now walking there. What do you guys think? Should I mean, I think at this point, right at this level here, you can still see the house perfectly. You can see everything. And I imagine when the launcher comes around, even that's going to be clear. You know, it's not as bright, but you can see everything clearly. And that's really kind of like, if I go to here, now it's too opaque. So you can't see through it very good. And then even there, like what I had it before was here at like 13, but then it's, if even at 6, you can see that house, everything pretty well here. Right? I mean, yeah, so I think if we, you know, keep it here, let's see what happens here. Let's see, isn't that kind of neat that there's this car here that's sort of a silhouette of a car just because of the way this was working here. See, watch, if I remove the top one, you see that car sitting there, but it does not exist in the video, the overlay that I'm using. That's like 6 in the morning. That represents exactly what it looked like when the murders happened. So there's this car sitting here, and then right now it should be taking off with these people. You know, the people that were murdered. Where's the blood all over these people? I mean, they were in there murdering. Remember that? They killed like 6 people in there? It was... Man, how the hell do you pull out of there? That's just like a... Yeah, Jamie doesn't know what they would do, right? Because they weren't in the same situation. You don't know what you would have, if you would have wanted to go see. Would you have kept yourself locked in your room? Or would you have been a hero, Jamie? Because you're so much better than everybody else. Would you have got up and ran into Xana's room? These people are nuts, man. I would too, man. Gray, I was a Green Beret, you bastard. Good for you, Jamie. Good for you. Man, look at it. They're finally maybe going to get out of this. Whoa. Where did they go? That's crazy. So they went to the left. I don't even know what they did there. What in God? What the hell? Let's see. They backed up. And then, how did they do that? They backed up far enough and then pulled forward and then backed up again and then backed up. They did like a 6-point turn right there. Yeah, Jamie just tries to. They're one of the what do you call it? The what's that called when you try to seem like you're virtue signaling? Like they're so much better than everybody. They would have done this and they would have done that, and you know they wouldn't allow their kid to do this, and they wouldn't have allowed their kid to do that. Every case you've got these people, they're virtue signaling type. Doesn't matter what you say, they would have handled it so much better. All right, right now at 226.35, that is where Koberger's Elantra is at Indian Hills Drive. I think it's like 787. And he's making his way over. And it's not too far because right around here, he comes in. Let's see what this looks like now with that better setting. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff right there. The Elantra is a little thicker, not as ghosty looking. All right. What happened? Oh, hey, cool. Was that old or something? I don't know where that came from. Somebody joined, but it didn't show up on the screen. Yeah, it hits home for everybody. All right, let's see. I'm going to hit the save here. Close all. Go back to the full hour. Okay, now let me make this the same at 6%. Let's see what that looks like. That's 7. That's probably pretty good. Yeah, I like that. That looks even a little bit better than that last one. And let's show the DoorDash with that. All right, here, let's see. Here comes the DoorDash. A little bit of a ghosty, but that's kind of what it looked like anyway. Right there's good. So look at that, nice and solid. That makes that so much easier to see what's happening, don't you think? I mean, really just crazy. And then let's see what it looks like when the vehicle goes around behind 500. So that's right before that. Yeah, see up here, you can see that nice and clear where it's hitting that house where you really couldn't see before. Right there it goes as it's turning up above there. All right, then let's see what it looks like when it's driving. There it is, right there. Let's see, what does that look like? You can see now, you can see the tree there and everything. And here it comes. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. You know? That's crazy right there. Hey, Val Gal. Yeah, we don't do victim blaming over here. They weren't involved, Jamie. We already know that they weren't involved because Koberger is the killer. He snuck in the house. I mean, have you not followed the case at all? You seem kind of lost in a way. It's weird. It's called virtue signaling. There's always these people that they would have done something different because they are awesome. And all these other people suck, you know? It's kind of cool. You can even see the color, the fall color of that tree over there. All right, and then when it comes back in at 4:04, the lights hit again. That house. And there it is right up there. Here it comes. Driving in slow, checking on the DoorDash driver. That's right, and this one doesn't come in. It comes from the right, so they won't be lighting that up. It's pass number 1 and 3, where it comes in from the right. And because of that, we know that the Elantra parked over here somewhere on pass number 1. It just drove in. Pass number 3, it came by up here at 353, and then it must have parked over here. We think, a lot of us do anyways, right there, where you can look straight at the house through a gap there. And then at about 3:56, drove out and then turned in this way because the headlights hit this building as it's turning in, just like it did on pass number 1. So here it comes. Yeah, it is just like the Delphi case. It's like when people say stuff like, man, how come the parents let him go out on that bridge? Like that has anything to do with anything. How come they can't go out on that bridge? And, you know, people should be able to, kids and women and everybody should be able to go out and exercise, run a trail in the woods. They should be able to do whatever the hell they want to do without fear that there's a psycho killer out there. The psycho killers are the people you blame, not, other people. Why'd they go jogging there? Well, why was there a killer there? You kind of just want to cuss at these people. God, I don't know what else to say. These people are so freaking stupid. It's unreal. Let's see. So this is after the 3-point turn. Gotta tell you what, it'd be awesome now to have a. Well, I should go ask them. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, man. Shoot. Wouldn't that be amazing to have the 1330 Linda Lane footage from like at 6 to 6:30 to get that light? And that would be amazing. Make it way easier to see what the hell's happening on that one for a lot of people. I'm gonna have to call tomorrow and see if they've got that one. That'd be amazing. They've got 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and that's it. That's what we have. That was on the internet. Hey, thanks, Aaron Sayers. Cuss at him, Gray. Do you guys remember that Fonzie episode, Happy Days, when it was a good show? Before they jumped the shark, literally. They had that one. He had to say he was sorry, and he goes, "I'm And then Richie I knew he was struggling, saying he was sorry, so he goes, he just sort of let him. Okay, I get it. Oh man, that was ridiculous. Jamie, that's one of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard. And matter of fact, if you keep making these shitty arguments, I'm going to remove you because you're not advancing anything, and there's no way that anybody can convince you of anything differently because you are in fact crazy. All right, so. We're not going to spend much more time with you. So if you come back with another one of your dumb comments that make no sense to any rational human being, we're just going to have to remove you. I'm sorry. This isn't a place for people like you. Absolute nut jobs. Ah, Jesus. Used to watch it so long. Yeah, I used to watch it all the time. Happy Days. Let's see, Laverne and Shirley. That was like an offshoot of Happy Days. Hope you don't mind, you guys. I just don't. Do you guys have? I mean, if you guys don't mind, do you guys have fun arguing with people like Jamie, who, no matter what you say, always have something else to say back, even though it makes no sense what they're saying back? Yeah, that's right. You watched a couple recently, huh? Yeah. Ralph Mouth, Potsy. What else we got? Yeah, Brady Bunch. I used to watch that all the time. I always thought, I don't know, I always liked Jan more than Marcia. Kind of like I liked Marianne over Ginger. Nope, what? I don't have any idiots in the chat. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's just what to me they're trolls though. Don't you guys agree with that? Like they're not really listening and going, you know what? I've thought about that. There's no way to convince people like that. The pro burger crazy people cannot be convinced. None of them. They'll believe the next conspiracy that comes by. No, can you guys see the bottom of the screen there? See how quiet it is right over here? And then all of this is Murphy barking. See that wave form at the bottom of the screen there? Isn't that wild? That's Murphy barking all the way, and then it continues on even into the next hour. I just don't have the audio of that one. Or do I? Maybe I do. Hold on. This goes to 1. No, and then I have 2:30, I think. Not on this one, though. I have it on the other one. But I didn't hear him barking at 2:30, what we were just listening to a minute ago. Wait, hold on. See, that's definitely somebody talking right there, you know. See, that's 4:12. Yeah. That's nowhere near the time, but let me make it louder. I want to make that just stupidly loud at like 15 more. Okay, let's go back. I know. Yeah, that's what I think, Lisa Belson. See, my thing is people think I'm the same way, but I'm not. You know, that's what allows me to look into, oh, the fog light. Let me go look. Oh, shit, look at that. You know, it's just, I mean, once you know the reality, when you see it, you know it, right? Like you don't need to keep pretending. I don't look into the conspiracy theories like Brent Kopacka and crap like that because it's absolute bullshit. You know, you have a probable cause document. There's information in there. If there's something in there that leads you in another direction, great. Or if there's something in the public that's a known fact that does that, sure. But there isn't. Nothing. See, that right there is a car sound, and that's where I think Koberger pulled up his car to the side of the house, right behind, to the left and behind this camera right here. I think that sound that you hear right there was after Koberger was here. He gets in his car and he pulls up to right there. It's not a good map. There it is. So there's the house. He's He's back here. He's looking in the window, and then he goes really fast. And that's when he gets out of his car, right at 4:13:14 right here. This is when I think he pulled his car up. Hey, listen. You know, that's a car sound, right? I don't see any lights anywhere else out there. I think he parked on the side right before the killing, but would park in the very far back on the other ones. Yeah, that's what my theory is. Yeah. And keep in mind, I have this boosted up, so this is what the audio actually would sound like. I have to go. Let me go back. It would be like this. See, and the house is blocking the sound of the vehicle a little bit. That's what it would sound like. Do what? Get up and do what? What are you referring to? Valgal? I don't know what you mean. I have an Instagram? Who are you talking about? Oh, jeez. Why isn't that making any sound? Should be just as loud. Yeah, that one's already been boosted up. Weird. What are you talking about, Chris? Are you talking to us or what? No, he doesn't. I don't hear any of that stuff that you're saying. No way. This is your fault. Give me a break. Jeez. Not sure why the audio got so low like that. Because look how loud it is right here on lesser. This one's boosted up ridiculous amounts. Oh, there it is. Now it's working. Jeez. I don't know what Chris is talking about. Do you guys? It's almost like stay back, stay back. Or Xana or something. Nah, it doesn't say Xana. You sound like you're drunk. Are you drunk, Chris? Or I don't know what you're saying. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's not what anybody says, man. That's just all in your head there. Nobody would say, get up, like I tell you. Stay back. This is your fault. That's ridiculous. Give me a break, man. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I heard Gollum. 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 See? Oh, that was that coughing sound. I hear like, get out of here. Basically what I hear is just something like, what are you doing? Get out of here. See what? And then there's an attack happening. And that's Xana the whole time. And that's when she got shoved and stabbed next to that end table. And I think they're pretty much dead at this point. All of them. And this is Koberger leaving right about now. He's out of here. 4:18 something. Okay, and he keeps barking. And then he barks, and then there's I think you can hear Koberger's door shutting around here. Okay, it was before that. I think it was right in there, wasn't it? Let me see. Yeah. Like right here, maybe. Let me boost that one spot up. Yeah, that little. Wow, crazy, huh? And then Murphy just keeps on barking, you know. Guess that's another vehicle. 428. And then still barking. Between the third side table and the car door. I don't know, a couple minutes. We've already gone over all this a bunch on various shows. Yeah, we went over and, I think when they hit the table, he's still in there for, I don't know, 15, 20 more seconds. And then he gets out of there, goes to his car that's on the side street. And I think he already put things out so that he could mitigate the blood exposure into the vehicle. All right. Well, it's been 3 hours and 13 minutes. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the point where I can donate memberships. It's weird to spend that much time and just be struggling most of the night. Let's see. I think I heard "Get Away From Me." Okay. All right. Yeah. Everybody hears everything. Let's see what I heard. Let's see. I don't even know what I heard is what he said, but it's just gets to the point where everybody hears something. And yeah, people just start hearing things because think about what you're saying. He's saying it doesn't make sense, Chris Stu. That's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense. I bet you probably hear something like that, but it's not. It doesn't make sense what you hear. It's sort of like EVP. They hear sounds and everything. Hey, thanks, Aaron. Let's see. What did that put us at there? Yeah, we're still like 32 away from me donating 5. Hey, who sent me? Hey, Wild Bill, are you the one that works for like the fishing company? Did you send me that fishing stuff? I thought it was you. I can't remember. There was no name in there for some reason. It just got a package of a whole bunch of baits and fishing stuff. It was sweet. Now, that was you? Oh, Bass Reaper. Hey, that was cool. Well, thanks, man. That was a lot of soft baits in there. I'm going to be using that at Lake Oswego come the springtime. Yeah, I didn't really say anything. It was just like a big box, and I thought it was you that said that you could send me some of that stuff. Very cool. Yeah, it was awesome. Got a big box of a whole bunch of like hooks and soft baits, little swim baits and things, worms. I don't think I'll ever have to buy another worm again. All right, can we miraculously get to the $32 to get to the goal? And then I'll donate 30. Then I'll donate 5. We're so close that it feels like we might be able to do it. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Well, not just pretty cool. It was really cool. It was a huge box, Probably give some to my kids too, He's a pretty good fisherman. He actually, like, we went to Lake Oswego and he started doing stuff with crankbaits that I've never even. He just cast it out there, and one time I said, cast it out there in that deep hole, and he reeled it. Boom! He caught like a 2.5, 3-pound bass, and I was like, oh. And then he started trolling with it. Like, he'd cast it out and he'd go in this really deep water in the late summer. and he was catching them. And I think that's because they're in the late summer, they're sort of like down deep, getting out of the heat and sort of feeding on the edges of like the schools of fish, eating little baby fry and whatever, or not baby, not fry, but little tiny fish. Mm-hmm. No takers. Oh, look at there's Bruce Holdaway, you guys. That's that gets us to 68, 70, 22 left. There's a possibility, you guys. There's a possibility.
For Gray and me, the bastard, fun lol, you bats.
You bastard, Bruce Holdaway. I'm never watching again. Hey, whoa, holy crap, man. There's Tracy Van Brott. Or probably Van Brott, right? Appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you too. I appreciate all. I feel fortunate to have a group of people that are rational-minded people. I'm sure that I had accumulated some people that aren't rational-minded, and then they got tired of me saying that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and they left. But I guess I don't really know any other way to be. Holy crap, look at that Wormus D.
Because you asked nicely.
Because I asked nicely. Okay, well, at least I asked nicely. All right, let's see. Maybe sometimes I don't ask nicely. Sometimes I'm frustrated, I'll admit. Yeah. And there we go. There we go. Right there. All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. No, you did the 22. You got it right on the... That's funny. Yeah, thanks, you guys. Valgal, 3 months. All right. I'm never watching again. Boo! Okay, let me see if I can do it exactly the same way. Let's see. You guys can. Let me see if I can say it the same way. Let's see. I don't know if I know all the little innuendo, like the. Let's see. What's the first part of that? Here, let me play the damn thing, and I'll see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna imitate it perfectly after we go and get it. All right. It was like, I want to do the whole thing. May take a minute to scroll up over here. I have it somewhere, but. Okay, it's coming. Here we go. Right. Man, it had been. There it is. Wow, that was July 4th or something. All right, let's see. Here we go. I'll play it and let's see if I can do it. When I was on Court TV, did you see that? I'm sure you'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again. I think that's it, man. Here we go. Let's see. That's perfect. Boom, shakalaka. All right. Let's see. I was on Court TV. Did you guys see that? You'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again. Ooh. Obligatory. There we go. There we go. Yeah. The trolls that live underneath Vinny's videos whenever I'm on Court TV. On your show, Vinny. Oh, you can't hear any sound? Where can't you hear sound at? Oh, there's no sound on the video? Oh. Oh, I know. Do I have it on? Oh, crap. I must have it on the... There we go. Okay. I have it on... Okay, now I got it. Now I'm probably really low on there. You know when you do the... what do you call it? The echo cancellation? That's what happens. All right. Yeah, it should be all right. Can you hear it? Can you hear it now? Let's see.
When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had gray on your.
That's really low, though. I can see it over there. The audio testing. I'm really low too. Testing, testing, testing. Hold on. No, look at that. They had 36%. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see if I can do a perfect imitation. Here we go.
When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that?
When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that?
I'm sure they'll get the.
When I was on Court TV, did you? Let's see. When I was on Court TV, did you see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again. Okay, so here we go. Here's the real version.
When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again.
I don't think there's any way to beat the original, though, right? Like, there's no way to beat the original one. Look at the face I'm making right there, the freeze frame, and then a laugh. Trolling the trolls. What a bunch of idiots these people are. Right. Anyways, I think that'll do it, you guys. You guys have anything else you want to talk about? It's funny because the guy watching it laughs in the background. Like that's what makes it sort of funny too. Because that's why he sent it to me, because he thought it was funny. Ugh. Yeah, we gotta get bigger. We need bigger crowds in here, though. Why can't we get to 300 like we used to all the time? It's contagious. Maybe I need to laugh more in here. It's hard though. Yeah, with Alan's laugh, Alan McMahon. Yeah, I heard that. Who cares, Hey, thanks, Amy. And then we had a huge coffee from, it was no name. They put their name in the chat earlier, but it was hard to, thank you again. You should put your username in the coffee so I can say it. It doesn't even say anything. It just says someone. Anyways, thank you. Wasn't it? What was the name on that? Jeez. Do you guys remember the name of the person who did the coffee earlier? Then we have Lisa. And then we also had a Venmo from Amy. Wasn't it Amy too? Ah. Thought it was a guy. Marty. That's right, Marty. That's right. Thank you. That's right, Marty. Thanks, Marty. Appreciate it. All the that's really messed me up with all the names, because there used to be these names where you just sort of see all the time, and I guess I'd see it here in a minute, because I think they did a super chat too. So we have Love Boston, Joel Burnt, Bad Juju, Marty's Band G. That's the person right there. And then we had Wild Bill Wassman. Marty gifted 5 actually. And then Wild Bill Wassman. Then Love Boston, Wild Bill Wassman, and thanks again, Wild Bill, for all the fishing gear. Just got it, I think, yesterday. Tracy Antioch, and then Love Boston gifted a membership. Then Meet Fam Margot. Then Richard Watts. Then Naomi. Oh wait, I can do it over here. That's right. Let me start over again. Love Boston, Joel Burnt, Bad Juju, Marty's Band G. You know, we used to have these relatives that were in a band called the Van G's back in the day. I wonder if they're still out there. Probably not. And then, yeah, Marty gifted 5. Then we have Wild Bill Wassman. Then Love Boston. Wild Bill Wassman, trying to get the freaks going. Then we had Tracy Antioch. Love Boston gifted 1. Then Mere Fam Margot. Then we had Richard Watts. Then Naomi McFarlane. Then Lisa Belson gifted 10. Got things rolling a little bit better there. Then we had Chris Stew. Then Wild Bill Wassman. Then Love Boston. Then Greg King. And then Silva is here. You know what I wish we had more of? Are super chats where people were asking questions and things. Those are it's kind of fun to answer, like work through something that somebody was thinking. And then Chris Stew said, don't let it get you down. Yeah. It does. And then, okay, so we had Greg, and then Bruce Holdaway, and then Lisa Belson gifted 5, and then she gifted 5 again. Amazing. And then Wild Bill Wassman, then Tracy Von Brott, and then Tracy Von Brott gifted a membership, then Lisa Belson gifted another 5. Then we had Aaron Sayers gift 1, and then Aaron Sayers, Bruce Holdaway, and then Tracy Von Brott again, and then we had Wormus D, and then that was enough for me gifting 5. And then we had Val Gal, member for 3 months, and then Val Gal. That was pretty diverse, crowd tonight. That was pretty good. But thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. And again, thanks again, Lisa Belson, for the generosity there. Sort of got us to, goal area. I mean, everybody helps get there, but I don't think we would have made it. But have you talked about the... Yeah, we did that. I'll give you a quick rundown of my thoughts on the fog lights again. After looking at the surveillance footage, after people were saying it, I didn't believe them. But I looked it up, because that's what I do when I don't believe. Unless it's some stupid shit like, Brent Kopacka. It's just such stupid. But this is something that was kind of specific, so I thought I'd look it up. And then in my mind, I thought, okay, we have the impound shots of the vehicle. So I looked, and then I went and saw the original surveillance. I saw that it had lights. Or first I looked at the impound shot, and I looked up online, where are the fog lights, because I actually didn't really know exactly where the fog lights were. So then I got a picture, knew where the fog lights were. Then I looked at an Elantra with fog lights. I saw what that's supposed to look like. Then I went over to the impound shot and saw that there was a black insert there, and I thought, oh, maybe there's slits in there, and that's just sort of a cover. So I spent a lot of time looking that up, and no, that's just an insert that protects the hole where a fog light would go. And it turns out the model that Koberger bought does not come with fog lights, that you have to buy them separately. So then I decided, okay, so that appears to have fog lights. The car that's at 244 and 253. So then I went and checked every bit of the rest of the surveillance, and it appears on all the rest of the surveillance, it matches Koberger's car perfectly, which is worse for Koberger. Every single shot has the protective, of the ones that you can see clearly, have the protective plastic in that hole there. And, you know, all the way even down to Clarkston, you see the same thing. And so it turns out, I think, that it's way more likely that Koberger's car did not have fog lights, and that for some miraculous reason, there's another vehicle that looks just like a white Honda Elantra, missing a front license plate, in southeastern Pullman, Washington, exactly when Koberger's phone was pinging in the same area. Now, maybe there'll be another explanation out there, but I believe that, and it also turns out that the prosecution was not going to use that surveillance in the case. So it's an absolutely irrelevant piece of information because it wasn't even going to be used at trial. It was in the probable cause, but that piece of information had very little bearing on the key elements that a judge would use to sign off on probable cause, because they had the DNA on the knife sheath, they had this white Elantra driving around in the area, etc., etc., etc. Okay? And so my conclusion is that it's very likely, I can't say 100% because maybe there's some explanation that we're not aware of currently, but I think it's very much more likely that Koberger's vehicle did not have a fog light on it, did not have fog lights, and that the vehicle in Pullman, Washington was not Koberger's vehicle. The one earlier in the morning. The one that came back later had those inserts. Okay? Does that make sense, everybody? All right. Thank you for asking. See how I like answering the questions? At least there was one. There was... Man, that sounded like I just bored the living crap out of you guys. All right, well, thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate all you guys' support. And, yeah. So, as I always say, everybody, until next time. Back on the stage. Go like that. Until next time, be safe out there. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, flag rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get you, gonna sketch you, if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, slick connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Cool deflector, interceptor, and a wee little spectre with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I have a temper fucking projection. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and also the tears say what all the wonder. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later. Thank you for watching Grant Hughes Investigates. Apparently, Nacho is so embarrassing. Thank you very much for watching. This is a channel where we investigate cases using logic, reason, and facts. and determine what happened in the case before everybody else figures it out. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, be safe out there.
Bye. See you around.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, no, you too. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much.